Hello, this is Eric Miscoll with Charlie Barnhart and Associates here at Electronica 2012 in Munich. I've been in this industry for several years, and this is an opportunity to put a face to a name at this show, and a classic example of that is my guest here today, Mr. Csaba Horváth. He's with Videton Holdings, General Manager of Marketing and Sales. I've known of you for many years, but today was the first time we've actually met in person.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So I'm glad to do that. I know your company well. Some of our viewers may not. So why don't you just begin maybe by giving us an overview of Videton, your history, and what you do.
Thank you. Well, Videton was established 75 years ago, and now it is a privately owned Hungarian EMS contract manufacturing company with more than 60 years tradition in manufacturing. And we are quite unique in this EMS world because basically we are the only one at this size from Central Eastern Europe. As I mentioned, it's a privately owned Hungarian company which was established after the privatization of a former state-owned company back in 1991. And we are just different from many EMS companies in several ways, both this origin and also that we do not only PCBA and box build products, but we have a very strong mechanical manufacturing, so vertically integrated operation within the company group. And Videton is operating only in low-cost countries, headquartered in Hungary, Székesfehérvár. We have 11 sites in Hungary, Bulgaria, and Ukraine. And the company is very strong financially. It's a profitable company. It has been growing in the last couple of years strongly. This year is 10% growth, which we will achieve. Our markets are very interesting because not like most of the EMS companies, we are very strong in automotive. It is 40% of our turnover, followed by industrial and household appliances. And as I mentioned, we provide both PCBAs and assembled units, modules, and complete products to our clients. And besides the PCB manufacturing, we have, as we call it, extended manufacturing service. We do a lot of engineering and design support for our customers involved in the new projects in a very early phase of the development, helping our clients to have a high quality and cost competitive new products on the market in a very short time.
Well, and what has always struck me about your company is that you're very focused and like you said, not really a standard EMS.
Yeah.
So that being the case, what type of OEMs do you target, do you pursue?
Yeah, as we say, we are from Europe for Europe. So we manufacture in Europe mainly for the European market. However, we deliver products to other continents and overseas as well. And we have many global companies from the US like Eaton, Emerson, and of course from Europe like ABB, Siemens, and Alstom. So we have a very well-based clientele from global companies from various countries, including Japan. But we have a very strong customer base from Europe, big, medium-sized companies. And the target is to have customers who have we can build up a very strong relationship, a long-term relationship in manufacturing and engineering. And at the moment, industrial is a key focus area, mainly in LED applications and energy sector, partly railway sector, and we target also medical and healthcare market, which could be a future growth opportunity for our company in Central Eastern Europe.
Now, you do a lot, as you indicated, non-traditional EMS services,
Yes,
beyond just PCBA, right?
Yeah.
Speak to that.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, we are very strong in mechanical manufacturing. So from the history, we have inherited plastic injection molding, stamping, machining, tooling, and surface treatment technologies, which we developed a lot in the last couple of years. So based on that, according to the customer needs, either we could offer more complex units, high-level assemblies, using the group internal supply chain of mechanical parts, or sometimes we are a so-called multi-commodity supplier, especially in the automotive, where we supply our customers with PCBAs, with plastic injection molded parts assemblies and stamped assemblies or machine parts, or we do a lot of non-electrical assemblies, electromechanical assemblies, for instance instrument clusters and circuit breakers, so really which is not a typical EMS business, but we can extend this standard business with these really special opportunities, and such we can be a broader partner of our customers in the helping them to save costs and have a better supply chain. So it means that they can reduce the supply chain, having less suppliers than maybe others who have for each commodity a lot of suppliers. Instead, after that, Videton can be a supplier at the same time in several commodities.
It can be a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop, yeah.
There we go.
Either as a box build partner or a multi-commodity supplier of different parts and assemblies.
Now, you know, the industry's been changing, been maturing, and you've been in it for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot, you know, from our business on the U.S. side, working with a lot of the U.S.-based OEMs, a lot of changes in how they're interacting with their EMS, and that's posing challenges for the EMS community.
Yeah.
Whether it be reshoring, whether it be some degree of insourcing, whether it be rethinking their supply chains in those engagements. Right. What are you seeing in the market here in Europe and with your customers?
Yeah, it is changing a lot. For instance, it's an interesting fact that something like 8 to 10 years before, we had completely different customer base. So I would say that the current customer base is mainly not more than 10% of the customer base we had 10 years before, because all left Europe and went to China, like IBM and Panasonic and other consumer electronics and consumer OEMs. And now we have, in the last couple of years, 5 years, we built up a completely new customer base, mainly from the industrial and automotive sectors, involved mainly in the low, medium volume, high mix product portfolios and projects. And I am pretty sure that within 3 to 5 years we have again maybe not completely new customer base, but definitely we have a lot of new customers, because as we see now, again, new industries, market segments are targeting the Central Eastern European market. And fortunately we are very happy, because there is a change now in the global EMS environment, that China is losing on importance, and a lot of people, including US companies, fortunately, are rethinking their sourcing strategy and supply chain strategy, and especially in this low volume, high mix part of the product portfolio, they tend to have suppliers closer to the assembly plants, and it means to a region supply chain is going to be established, where they intend to buy from the region for their regional assembly centers and plants. And this is very good for us, because in Europe we can be very competitive, having the operations in Hungary, Bulgaria and Ukraine, finding the best fit to the individual needs of the customers.
And you're quite unique in that way, in that you're one of the top 25 EMS globally, but yet you don't have a footprint outside of the European continent.
Yeah, that's right. That I think it means that we are in the top 25 globally. We are in the top 5 in Europe, and as I mentioned, the only one as a local Central Eastern European EMS company, and maybe the only one within this top 25 who has nothing overseas. But we don't really intend to open a site in China, for instance.
Doesn't
As I
sound
mentioned,
like you need to.
we want to be competitive here in Europe and offering solutions for the European continent as a regional service provider, and we think that it's really what we can offer as a combination of price, flexibility, quality, and the logistics and the engineering services. The complete package is really very competitive, even against China for certain kind of high mix projects where the flexibility is a very key factor for the success of our customers.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I know we're running out of time here, but kind of in closing, you know, for people for who Videton might be new, other than what you've said here today, is there anything else that you'd like to let people know that's important to them to know as they're looking at EMS providers and how you really stand out?
Yeah, really, I think what they can count on is the really high flexibility of Videton, how to make a business, a deal with our customers. Our private ownership gives us a very fast, quick decision making. If there is a business opportunity, we make decisions. If it's feasible and interesting for both parties, and our very strong technological and service and financial background gives us the opportunity to manage new projects in a very short time and to make the necessary investments and ramp up together with the customer, the volumes and the operations. So it gives us a really unique position within the EMS environment, and we are somewhere between the lower companies and the big global companies. So I think we are very well positioned in this medium-sized EMS market sector.
Kind of a nice fit for those types of companies.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, good. Well, Csaba, I'm glad we finally got to meet in person.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Continued success. Yeah.
Thank you.
And let me just say, you know, thank you. Well, we've known Videton for quite a few years and actually been a good fan from a distance watching your success and your growth, and we hope it continues.
Yeah, definitely. I think it will be cool.
Very good. Thank you.
To get you here quickly, you should start from here and let us take care of everything in between. Flextronics SBS, innovative manufacturing services.